And we know he's been in office for just over a year. But the list of Biden's mistakes are growing longer by the day. The botched up exit from Afghanistan, the rising violent crime, the record inflation. Here's another one. The criminal dumping of Wuhan virus shots. Since vaccination began in the US, the country has wasted more than 80 million shots. There's nothing wrong with the vaccines, by the way. Most of the time, health workers fail to find anyone to take the shots in time, so they expire. And these health workers then have no option but to dump them. Our next report tells you how America is wasting vaccines that could have saved lives elsewhere.
$82 million doses. That's what America has wasted since December 2020, when it first began administering Wuhan virus shots. Those vaccines could have fully inoculated the populations of Afghanistan, Nepal, Venezuela, even developed countries like Canada and Australia. But America chose to throw 82 million shots in the dustbin. Pharmacies, American states and territories, even federal agencies of the United States government, every stakeholder in America's vaccination drive is guilty of this criminal dumping of vaccines. But some stakeholders have disposed more vaccines than others. Just 2 American pharmacies dumped over 25% of these doses. CVS and the pharmacies inside retail chain Walmart. Other pharmacy chains wasted vaccines too. Rite Aid, Costco, and 3 American dialysis centers threw away more than a quarter of the vaccines they received. 2 American states alone dumped over 20% of the doses they got. Oklahoma tossed 28% of its nearly 4 million shots. Alaska got at least 1 million doses. It threw away almost 27% of these. Why were millions of vaccine doses wasted in America? The reasons are many. Some of these doses expired on the shelves. They were not used before the expiry dates. Thousands of doses were spoiled when the power went out or the freezers broke. Others were thrown because there was no one to take the last few doses of an open vial. A vial of vaccine must be used up within hours once it is opened. If no one takes the shot, it must be thrown away. Why was the US unable to find more takers in time? Is the excess supply of vaccines leading to more wastage? Some American health officials admit that it is indeed the case. They say they are often left with more shots than they used. As of March last year, America had bought more than 1 billion doses of Wuhan virus vaccines. That's enough to fully immunize 750 million people. What is America's population? Just a little over 330 million. Clearly, the United States has more vaccines than it needs. The US wastes more than 11% of its supply. Almost 35% of the world's population is still waiting for a shot. American holding has denied them the vaccines they should get.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.